Molasses Murphy is easily influenced and will let evil take over her life. So, Molasses, if you're going to watch this later, do not ask me about any roommate situation ever again. I am now not interested because you take Hazel up there with open arms and all the devil people that you will not remove his wrenches. And I told you you needed to remove his wrenches to move forward with this. But no, you can't. You can't do that. So I'm gonna leave you to the dogs now, and they can do whatever they want to do with you, including Noodles. They can pawn you out, they can pimp you out, or whatever. I'm not dealing with it anymore. I told you what you needed to do, and you didn't do it. You said you were going to consider it, but then these forces come back in on your channel that I'm going to kill, by the way. I always kill them off in my own way. These trolls play with fire when they're playing with me. And I'm never coming back. Even if I have a wrench, I don't want to come back on there. I don't want to come back on there. No. Because it's clear all trolls run your chat. It's very clear. I could have brought my own people over, and you could have had a revamped chat of better people on here. Apparently, they're against when people want to do actual good things on here. They're against it. Well, Molasses, now you're off the doors. Don't bother looking me up in Southern California now. Don't bother. Because these people are just going to get in your head when we're in a real life roommates or whatever else. And you said that you liked Panker in that sexual way and Turtle. That's gross. That's fucking disgusting. Not for nothing. I try to be polite, but that's fucking disgusting. I literally told you to look up Abdullah the Butcher, and that's exactly what someone like that looks like. I tried to, it's like, gosh, it's like between everything. It's like, and then the trolls in the chat and everything like that. They would all be dead if I had my way. They would not be on the internet. They'd all have their computers taken away. They'd all be locked up in prison. They'd all be locked up in prison if it were up to me. Internet prison, where all the online trolls would have to eat each other in the prison cells, and they would only get bread and water. They would only get bread and water if they were in lockup or anywhere where I would run a facility. So, yeah, we'll talk about how I want to run a facility, a prison for trolls, and how I want them to eat bread and water and then eat each other if they're not getting enough bread and water. That's what I'm going to start talking about next, I think. But no, Molasses, I gave you a chance, and sure enough, you let these evil forces come back in here. It may not have been Noodles, but Hazel talks to Noodles. They are the same fucking person. No, go ahead, though. Go ahead. You pick her to talk to over me. I know what you're doing, though. And you know what? I ain't coming back. That's it. So, cry your eyes out some more, but you did this to yourself. You know? You chose them, so you're going to keep them. You're going to stick with them, and they're going to take you away from your studies. And now you're not going to study, and you're going to be on here doing IRL, getting fucked up in the street. That's what's going to happen to you now. That's what's going to happen to you now. Don't try to say I don't do any good in the community. I've done tons of good in the community. I've tried to get people on the right track, and this is what they pay. This is how they repay me. This is how they repay me. Well, no. So if something happens to you later today or tomorrow, don't come crying to me. Don't. Don't come crying to me if my hex comes and bites you too. When I'm going for someone else that you hang around. Just don't cry about it. That's all I'm going to suggest. Do not. Because you did this to yourself. I told you what you were getting into clearly, and you chose to disobey. You fucking chose to disobey. You chose to go to the bad people again. You chose to keep them all wrenched. Someone like me is what's needed to kill this nonsense off. I'm the good person on here. I'm trying to keep order on the internet. I'm a good manager. I manage my channel like you should fucking manage your channel. Period. But don't ask me to come back up again. I have no interest whatsoever. That train is come and gone now. All right, bye. I'm done. I'm not going to spend all day here talking about this shit. I've already said my piece. Fine. Enough.